welcome back to my channel. I wanted today to talk about the Save the Cats Writes a Novel. I would love it if you guys would tell me if you don't like the book, why you don't like it, because I purchased it for my NaNoWriMo book that I wrote. It's the longest, once again, it's the longest book I'd ever written, and the first time with Nano, I didn't really know what I wanted to do or how to get through 50,000 words in a month. So what I did was I split it up into daily stories that I would be able to put into an entire book, because I'd been thinking about that story for a couple of years, and when I found out about Nano, I thought, oh, this is a great opportunity to write that book that I've been wanting to write. So I want to start February 1st to actually start to put each day's story together into a flowing story. Because normally I start off with, word one and work my way to the end of the story. But this time for Nano, I did not. I did story, and they're all like all over the place. And so I thought, well, I've heard from some Authortubers that they really like this Save the Cats Writes a Novel because it basically tells you where certain key points of your story should be. So I purchased the book because I'm kind of getting sort of excited and prepared and ready for February 1st. I am in the end stages of my book from class. I'm on chapter 13 right now, kind of in the middle of it. And I've, let me just segue into, I've done a couple of live streams, and I just wanted to tell you, I did Tamara Woods, Sarah Scharnweber's, D.L. Stewart, and Sandra and Alicia. So I've done 4 different write-ins, and that's really helpful, I think. Sometimes I'll write during whatever time they are quiet for, and then while they're talking I'll type it into the computer, because I don't really like to type straight into the computer. I did that for Nano, and I really, I just think it was kind of really difficult for me. But anyway, with this book, there was one reason why I was a little afraid of it, because it is sort of formula writing, though it's been proven that it is a really good way to tell a story, even from before the person thought of this whole Saves the Cat thing. People have been doing it for 100 years or whatever. But anyway, I was worried that it would change how I would see the story in my head and how I would get it out onto paper, that it wouldn't be so natural feeling. So I was a little worried about that. And then I thought, well, I need help for that Painite Journey book, my Nano book. I don't know what to do. I haven't even gotten into it. So I really wanted to have some helpful background, something that I could go back to just to help me get through it and put it together. So anyway, so with that in mind, I started reading it, and it got to, I don't know, I think it was page 20 something, 24. Yeah, page 24, it gets into the 3 acts and the actual beats. And so I thought, okay, stop. Let's pick, my fairly long story that I'm working on now, that I was doing for my class that I'm finishing up. And let's put that into the beats and see if it even works. What I've already written for a totally different book, if that would work for the beats. And so I wrote them all down as I read each one, and I wrote down, okay, that's this part of the book, and this is the second, blah, blah, blah. And I went through all the beats until I got to where I am at the book right now, which is chapter 13. And I was like, holy cow, I'm actually writing it like this without even knowing it. So now in my heart, I know that how I naturally tell a story is sort of this way. I mean, there's a couple things that are a little, like some is a little longer, some portions are longer than what they suggest, and some portions might be a little shorter than they suggest, but each piece is still there. So it's kind of funny, but so I'm going to go ahead, after I get done finishing this book, that I want the first draft of my class book to be finished by the end of this month, which leaves me 10 days. but I only have 3-4 chapters left. I think after 13, then I'll have 40, 50, 60. So I'll just have 3 chapters left after this one. I'm going to finish chapter 13 today. But anyway, so I'm pretty excited that it's working out to this. So when I get done with this book, I'm going to read this, I think, and then work my nano book, because right now it's like puzzle pieces thrown all over the backyard, and I don't know what's going to go first and what's going to go second. So my plan is to get little pieces of paper and write down as I'm reading it, because there's some stuff I have to fill in that I just had to pass by during the NaNoWriMo, like maybe certain names or a killing instrument or something like that. So I would have to fill it in later. So I'm going to fill that stuff in, but I'm going to read it. And so each section that I did, like a day's story, I'm going to write down the main topic or whatever it is of that story, have it on a piece of paper. So I'll have, I think I ended up with 26 separate little stories. And so once I have them out on my desk, I think I'm going to arrange them in this, how I feel at this moment, how the Act 1, Act 2, Act 3 might go with my book. So I'm excited, I'm apprehensive, I'm hoping it works out, but I kind of want to do it more organically than a formula. But since I already found out I wrote my one book totally to the formula without even knowing it, yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do. At least for the second draft, I'm going to go with this, see what happens. And hopefully at the end of February, I'll have put the whole book together from start to finish. And then the next time I go through the book, which will be draft 3, I can just make it beautiful. Instead of trying to put it together, I shine up that puzzle instead of actually getting it together. So that's what I would like to do. But I would love to hear from you guys if you like this Save the Cats Writes novel, or if you don't like it, especially why you don't like it. I think that would be key. I understand why people would like it, because it's a nice reference to go by. And if you're stuck in your book, you can go to this and go, oh, that's a great way to jump out and get out of my, the hole I'm in or whatever. So, but yeah, leave a comment there at the bottom, and I'm going to read them. So I have more ammunition when I'm going into my paint journey next month in 10 days. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!